Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, no, I'm just
Yes,
trying
ma'am.
to. The last 2 minutes, you speak about tomorrow's session, and
Yeah, yeah, sure, ma'am. What with vote of thank, I'll do that.
yeah, and all of us can put the link in the WhatsApp group, class WhatsApp group, if it is, because it's Saturday and
Yes, ma'am, we can go. Ma'am, the audio is not there. Please un.
Atmosphere generation is more important to us than sun. Without sun's heat and light, life Earth is merely a lifeless ball of ice-coated rock. It not only warms our oceans, stirs our atmosphere, generates climate patterns, but also provide energies to the fast-growing plants that gives us food and oxygen so that the life can pertain on this earth. Let's celebrate the star of ours. Let
अरे ये कोई नहीं आगे आ जाना उसने
the sun.
Namaskar, very good morning. The sun has been such a wonderful life-giving force to all the resources across the world. That is the importance that the sun has. Without the sun, there would be no resources and perhaps no economy. It is that important life-giving force.
Events like this and collaborations such as these definitely keeps the curiosity ignited and aflame. It also brings to light scientific facts as well as a belief in scientific values and principles and learning from each other. Shivnada University student may also learn from a school student. So the reciprocal learning which happens, I think there's no substitute for that. So this whole collaborative effort, this platform which is there, is a win-win situation.
The sun, a ball of fire, the central star of the solar system, the handsome Greek sun god, and of course, the Hindu god Surya, is how a physicist or the ancient Greek philosophers and the Indian philosophers would define it. And as a language teacher, I would like to personify the sun as an individual, a selfless individual who gives for the well-being of everyone without expecting anything in return.
All of us know about Karna, the son of Surya. He every day offered prayers to the sun and was known for his magnanimous and benevolent nature towards the poor. Following him, it is said that Yudhishthira, when he became the emperor, celebrated the Chhat Puja, the festival of the sun, and that was taken up by the mass and continues to be celebrated in large parts of India.
So I came across this book called Surya Siddhant. It's the ancient Hindu book of astronomy, and there are hundreds of astronomical observations in that book, which seem to suggest that this book was written almost 14, 15,000 years ago, so far back. In fact, it has been vetted by famous scientists. He's even delivered a talk about Surya Siddhant at Oxford. So one thing is that it's written 15,000 years back. The second part is that it has very precise calculations of diameters and orbital periods of all the planets, which match the modern calculations. Also, the calculations like speed of light, even Kepler's laws, and also some fairly advanced mathematics, including infinite series and a lot of trigonometry and so forth. So it was very interesting to see how much the mathematics and sciences and astronomy was developed in India even 15,000 years back. And so I would recommend everybody to look at that book if you're interested in astronomy and astronomy's basis in India.
I'm standing in front of ITER, ITER, the International Thermonuclear Energy Reactor site in France. So this in the background you can see is the first and the largest fusion reactor under construction, and this will be one of the facility in the world which will be demonstrating the electricity production for the future fusion power plants. This is one of the unique facility where 35 nations are collaborating all together to learn and understand how fusion will be generating electricity, low carbon electricity for our future generations. And it will be one of the biggest and long-term solution in fighting climate change. So welcome to ITER. And I would like to mention that during the upcoming EBC Educational Bootcamp we are organizing, you will be visiting it virtually from inside and outside and everything about it. Like all other big stellar objects, Sun is also one of the mysterious objects, even if it is the closest one to us. And in terms of practical solution, if you want to understand, one major challenge is this, that we still don't know how the magnetic field associated with the sun or it is not, and how it is being generated. We all know that its gravitational pull is basically maintaining our solar system and all the bodies around, but the magnetic field is still one of the biggest mystery.
Okay. Science walks forward on 2 feet, namely theory and experiment. But continuous progress is only made by the use of both. This quote is said by Robert A. Millikan. With an intent to provide exposure to our students to both experimental and associated theoretical knowledge, we welcome you today to the hands-on experiment-based session of EBC 2021.
Good morning to one and all. I would like to express our gratitude to all the students, teachers, and scientists who have joined us today in today's session of EBC 21. I'm Rishika.
And I am Ashi,
students of Shivnada School, Gurgaon, and your host for today.
As you may be aware, that Educational Bootcamp 2021 is a collaborative effort of Shivnada School and the Indian Youth Nuclear Society. The objective of this initiative is to foster a wider understanding and deeper insights into the star of our solar system, the Sun. It is also important to mention the contribution of Shivnada University and Vidyagyan schools, who are our hosting partners for the event. We welcome the educators and students from esteemed institutions: DAV Ambuja Vidya Niketan, Solan, Podar International School, Bal Bharati Public School, Noida, Sanskriti School, New Delhi, Podar International School, IB, DPS Faridabad, and the Genesis Global School.
We see the sun every day. However, how much do we observe it? To develop observational and scientific understanding and following the principle of IC methodology, where I stands for innovation, S for science, T for technology, E for engineering and also energy, A for arts, and M for mathematics and motivation. The events of EBC 21 are designed. The underlying message of the event is to inspire the students to question, to ask why. The better way to inculcate this quality than with a hands-on experimental session.
Today's session is based on intensity scattering effect on solar PV output. Among the renewable energy sources, solar energy is rich in resources and can be radiated to every corner of the earth. Therefore, solar energy is recognized as one of the most potential energy for large-scale development and utilization in this century. Increasing the development and utilization of solar energy resources can not only alleviate the pressure of economic growth on the environment and ecology to a great extent, but also slow down the high-speed consumption of fossil energy, which is of far-reaching significance for the clean and sustainable development of energy, which those of us living in the NCR recognize very well.
Now, let's quickly set some ground rules for the audience. You may raise your virtual hand to speak, share your doubts in the chat box, keep the microphone muted if you do not want to speak, and to make your presence felt, turn on the video. Also, the link for feedback form will be shared in the chat box soon. Please ensure you share your feedback for the session. Participants are now requested to rename themselves with their name underscore the name of their school or university they represent. We are holding the floor now, so that you will have 30 seconds to do so.
We would like to invite Ms. Vinita Sharath, STEAM Coordinator, Shivnada School, to open the session and tell us about the materials we will need for today's session.
Good morning, one and all. What a pleasant morning. I want to start the session with quote of our physics guru, Dr. S.C. Verma, with whom we are associated. I'm associated since last 10-15 years. And he always used to say that, when we teach pendulum, we teach in the textbook. We teach motion, we teach relative velocity, we teach everything is present in the textbook in two-dimensional. However, these all are 3D, three-dimensional things. So tell me how students will connect the textbook concept when they go outside world and see this pendulum. Suppose kids are walking in, in some on road and they are seeing the wall clock, the city town wall clock, and they see the pendulum. How they will connect this concept if we don't show them, if we don't engage fruitfully students into activities. Each and every topic in science should be taught with some activity. May not whole experiment, complete experiment is possible, but even if we show some activity and engage students, that is the way to learn science. So here we welcome the experimental session one of educational boot camp. A very passionate. And over to you, Dr. Arvind. And here we start the session. There is one important announcement which I want to make. There are two experimental sessions designed for you guys. It's today and tomorrow. So when you see the material list, there was a set of material given for day one, a set of material given for day two. So obviously, many students would not have managed those materials. It's okay. You can note down. We will also record it and share the YouTube link with you. No problem. But at least be very observing in class. Just get engaged in the session. Second announcement is the material list which when you saw in your school circular was day one and day two. Maybe you will find that some material which was required for day two was listed in day one. So it's okay. Do not, those material can be kept for day two. If there's some additional materials are listed in day one, and you can start the session with day one material. May I request Dilseen ma'am to just, project or present on the screen. You can take 1 minute or 30 seconds. Day one material list right on screen. Thank you. Most important announcement, those who are participating, there will be some question asked. Maybe we will ask question in Google Sheet and we will forward it. Think, reply it. It may go to your school. It may be coming at the end of the session. And the first 5 correct answer will get some recognition from our organization. Thank you. Over to you, Dilseen ma'am.
Here I am sharing my screen, which presents all the materials that Dr. Arvind will be using today for the experimental activity session. If you have these materials, it's great. Even if you do not, please make sure you're taking a note of how sir is carrying out the experiment, and then you can go back to your school laboratory or when you have these materials at home to carry out the experiment. Thank you.
Can I just make one line announcement more, Dilshin ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is very important to recognize the effort of young scientists. You know, everything which is happening, it is in collaboration with Indian Nuclear Youth Society. So SIA, there's this group of scientists who voluntarily have come up, and they are, collaboratively working with us, and they are trying to energize you guys. They are trying to, give you first-hand information about things like nuclear reactor, how the sun actually came up, how the sun was made. We all are made of stars. So these all are was possible because a group of scientists, and the organization is called Indian Nuclear Youth Society, whose president is Dr. Nitendra, general manager is Ms. Sunana, and Dr. Arvind is also part of that organization. There are many scientists who are part of this organization. So a big clap to all these scientists, all these maverick who are helping us out, who are bringing these informations to us. And so we are so fortunate to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll stop sharing.
Thank you, ma'am, to enlighten us about some known and unknown aspects of our solar energy and its utilizations through hands-on experiment. It is an honor and a pleasure to invite Dr. Arvind Kumar amidst us today. Dr. Arvind presently works as a scientist at CSIR Space International Aerospace Laboratories, Bangalore, where he is involved in the fabrication of nanoporous surfaces for solar energy applications, transparent electrodes, and photodetectors. He was also selected for a scientist position with a panel rank of 1 at CMET, Pune, Ministry of Electronic and Informational Technology. His current research focuses on organic and inorganic composite materials, low-powered chemi-resistant sensors for environment monitoring, photodetectors, and energy devices. Even if you do not have the requisite materials to perform the experiments, just being part of this session will be an enriching experience for you to take back these learnings to your class and school laboratories. Now we welcome Sir to take on this space from here.
Hello, good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir. You're audible.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I am Dr. Arvind Kumar. I am working as assistant professor in Uttarakhand Higher Education presently. And today we are going to demonstrate how the light intensity affects the output power of solar cell. So I welcome all of you in this experimental session of Energy Bootcamp 2021. And now is my screen is visible?
Visible, but if you can make it horizontal, then it's good because it's coming vertical. Yeah, now it's okay. Thank you.
Okay, so before starting this activity, I want to give some brief about the solar cell. So let us start. First, what is a solar cell? Actually, solar cell is a device that converts light energy or solar energy into electrical energy. And the output power of solar cell is DC. And you know, this solar cell basically is a PN junction diode, one P-type material, and like that some one N-type material. So kind of this type of diode. So P-type semiconductor, the semiconductor where the majority carrier is Hall, and N-type semiconductor where the majority carriers are electron. So when light falls on this junction, the resistance, current, and voltage of the junction of the solar cell is changing. And now, how the solar cell is work, we will discuss in this slide. as we have discussed, is basically a PN junction diode. So the working principle of solar cell involves in 3 basic steps. First is the light energy that is from the sun or light source is falling on this junction, and electrons and holes pair are created by the absorption of photon. And when these electrons hole pair are created, they will be attract with their respective electrode, and this is how the electrical energy is generated in using solar cell. So today's our aim is to show how the light intensity affects the output power of solar cell. So basically we can measure current, we can measure the voltage as well. So in this activity, we will measure the voltage. Now these are the materials which is required for today's demonstration. This is the solar cell, this one. You can buy it Flipkart or Amazon. It's around 100 or 120 rupees. And these are the 2 wires. These are corresponding to 2 electrode, which I have shown in previous slides. One multimeter we need to measure the voltage or current, and these are the mirrors. Suppose we want to increase the intensity of the sunlight, so we can reflect the light from the sun, and we can increase the intensity like that. Suppose there is another way that you can use some transparent, semi-transparent sheet, so they will block the some intensity, and this is another way to change the intensity of the source. So you can do like using mirror as well as these semi-transparent sheet. So actually we are not getting sunny day. That's why, because in December it is very difficult here. So I will be using light source instead of sunlight. And basically the light energy, the light intensity is related to the number of photons. So more the light, more the number of photons. And when the photon gets absorbed by this junction of solar cell, it produces electron and hole. So as you increase the intensity, means you are increasing the rate of photons that is incident on the solar cell or junction. That means you will increase this production process. So means you will generate more current. So that increasing the intensity, the output voltage of solar cell should get increased. This is, we will check whether we will get the same result or not. Now there is 2 ways to increase to change the intensity. First, suppose this is our source and this is solar cell. So if you change the distance between source and solar cell, the intensity will get changed, because light is having some, it's not directional, some divergence is there. So if solar cell is very near to source, means more intensity will be falling on the solar cell. If it is far from the source, then means less intensity is falling on the solar cell. Second, if we use some sheet, semi-transparent sheet, so it will block some intensity. It will block some intensity, and solar cell receive less radiation. So you can change the intensity in many ways. That's up to you. And you have to check whether the voltage is getting changed, means whether the voltage is increasing with increasing the intensity or not. That is the purpose of today's activity. So now I will start the activity. Can I start now, or you have some question about the solar cell or something?
Children, you can ask question. It's an interactive session.
Or else first let me show the activity, because there is an issue here, network issue. So first let me finish this activity. After that we will take the question. That is okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So my friend Vineet will be helping me. He is the assistant professor in mathematical department. So now we are using the mobile light source, and we will check how the solar cell output is changed with the intensity of light. So this is the solar cell. This is the solar cell, our solar cell, and these are the two wires output. And I have connected these wire with the multimeter. This is our multimeter. So you can change, like you suppose if you are getting negative voltage, means you have to change the polarity. But you can get the result with negative voltage as well. The voltage will also be getting increasing or decreasing. So if it is showing negative voltage, means you have to change the polarity. So now you can see that how much it is. You can okay. Abhi light can. So now I block all intensity using this diary, and you will see there is no voltage here. And as I remove this from the solar cell, you get little bit voltage gets increased, because still some photons are coming and they are taking part in the electron hour production. Now I will increase the intensity further using the mobile source. This is the yeah. Can you see the reading in the multimeter?
You can zoom a bit.
Okay. Now you can see it's a 3.4 volt.
Yes, sir.
You can see this is our source here, and this is the solar cell. So now we will decrease the distance, means we will increase the intensity, and I will focus the camera on the multimeter. So you can check how the voltage is getting increasing when intensity is increased. तो आप नीचे लेकर आइए. You can see that light intensity is increasing, so output voltage is also getting increased. You can say it is very close. Now you can say this mobile is very close to the solar cell, and we are getting almost 4.3 volt. 4. Focus. Yeah. And now if we can use this type of transparent sheet, you can see. This is the transparent sheet. Now we will block the intensity using this, and we were getting 4.1 volt. Now we are getting 3.5. If I remove this sheet, we will get 4.6 volt. So this is so now you can see that if we increasing the intensity on the solar cell, the output voltage is also getting increased. And you can measure its other parameter like current and resistance, that is also change with the intensity of the light. So now should I perform it again, or you have seen it properly? Have you seen it?
Children, you can reply.
Sir, could you do it again once?
Should I do it again?
Yes.
Okay, one more time I'm doing. So you can see the arrangement. This is solar cell. Okay, it is connected with multimeter to measure its output voltage. It's very simple circuit. Two wires you will get from the solar cell, and you have to connect with the multimeter wires. One is common and second is for voltage measurement. Because I don't know which multimeter you are using, but you can check it. There will be an option that you can check here its voltage is there, and one is common. So you will get the similar kind of things in your multimeter as well. So you have to connect the output wire of the solar cell to this multimeter. Now we are using mobile light. So now I will put the light on the solar cell, and I will decrease the distance. That means I will increase the intensity on the solar cell. So one more time you can see. First we are keeping that much distance. You can check it. This is the solar cell here, and this is the light source here. So now if we will decrease the distance and we'll check how the voltage is changing, whether it is increasing or decreasing.
what
It
is the
should
cur-
decrease.
what is the
It
current
should
voltage?
increase because we are increasing the intensity. We are increasing the intensity. थोड़ा सा नीचे ले आइए. Now you can check.
What is the current voltage when you're keeping it away from the solar cell?
Yeah, you can see this is the distance. At this distance we are getting 1.6 or 1.7 volt. Okay. In dark you are asking?
No, sir. I was asking when you're keeping it far away.
Far away, see, if I go more height, it will decrease. So I am starting from certain height and it is getting 1.1 volt. Now if I approach, if source is going towards solar cell, it will increase. You can see. Now it is 1.4 volt. If I go a little bit closer, you can check here. This is 1.7 volt. Again, if I go more closer, 2.1 volt, then 2.8, and then very close, it's getting 4.3 or 4.6 volt. But if I put this solar cell under sunlight, I was getting 6 volt.
So someone is raising hand. Angad.
Yeah. So I had a question. Sir, how to use the multimeter? Like, what are the connections and how to turn it on? How to use it?
How to connect the multimeter?
Yes. How to use it?
Dr. Arvind, may I answer this question with your permission?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Till the time sir is arranging things, Angad, when you come to school, please ask your lab assistant. We have almost many, the main reason of organizing this is that you understand and you start performing experiments. We have multimeter there. So multimeter, white is multimeter because it has voltmeter, ammeter, resistance measuring thing, transistor measuring, transistors, voltage conduct. So that's why it is called multimeter. So there is a knob on top. Arvind sir, can you show the apparatus vertical? So there is a knob. You can see the knob, which regulator sort of thing. Wherever you put, if you put it on voltage, it will measure voltage. If you put it on current, it will measure current. If you put on resistance, you will get resistance. So I'm very impressed with your question. These are the basic questions which should come to your mind. I'm also expecting that you guys get engaged in some project related with this. So please come to school and demand for this. We will be giving you this so that you can experiment all this. We have all these gadgets in school. Thank you.
And ma'am, I want to give one work to the student.
Please.
Actually, suppose if they are getting the like sunlight, so they have to put the solar cell under the sunlight, and after that they have to change the angle. So they have to check whether the angle of incident is also affecting the power of output power of solar cell. So this activity the student they can do at the school. Second things, because now when you will be buying the multimeter, you can check there is a provision that you can check the resistance as well. You can measure the current as well. So you have to check whether how the resistance is getting changed, whether it is increasing or decreasing, and current as well, whether it is increasing or decreasing with the intensity of light. This is the homework for you. So I have shown that how the voltage is getting changed when we change the intensity. You similarly you have to find out whether the current and resistance of this junction or solar cell is changing or not.
As sir is saying, we will make a research question, and you can also make your own research question. Why not? And we will float with you all so that you can do experiment. Thank you, Arvind sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, for an enlightening, entertaining, and enriching session. We hope that all of our participants today will spread the word and encourage others too to attend all the events during the educational boot camp. Do participate in the various individual and team events, the details of which have been shared with all. The last date for the online submission of your entries is December 5th. If anyone from the audience want to share their reflections, now is the time. The link for the feedback form as well as the IYNS website is shared in the chat.
One announcement, please. The project submission date has been changed. It is now 8th of December. So you have up till time. You can do your personal project or whatever project has been floated one, and submission date has changed. Also, this is very important, Dr. Arvind. What a fabulous experiment. Would you want to share something more before we hand over to students and Gulfam, sir? Over to you, Dr. Arvind.
I would like to conclude. I would like to invite Mr. Gulfam Ahmad, physics educator at Vidyagan Leadership Academy, Bulandshahr, to deliver the vote of thanks. I would also request sir to talk briefly about tomorrow's session and encourage our participants to join tomorrow as well.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, you want to say
Go ahead,
something?
sir. Also, before you give vote of thanks, ask students if they have any doubt, because there are 2 students who were continuously interacting. The others may have some questions. Then
Okay, so they can go ahead, I think.
Gulfam, hello.
Yeah, Arvind sir.
Sir, actually, that one part is there. You can check it whether, like, suppose if there is a laser source, so laser source is very focused, because they were asking whether scattering, like scattering related experiment have been performed or not. So suppose if you are putting the laser source, because laser is highly directional, but if you put some obstacle which can scatter the light, so active area of solar cell will be exposed. So you can perform this experiment using some obstacle which can scatter the light between laser source and the solar cell. So you can check whether the scattering is helping for increasing the output power of solar cell or not. So I'm not having that scattering kind of thing, some glass or something like that. Otherwise, I would have done.
Arvind sir, we'll definitely do that. Before I ask one more question. Gulfam sir, I'm sorry, I have one question too. Can Pranil, who is raising hand, ask question first? Pranil.
Yes, so sir, I was asking that wouldn't this have been better if you did it under actual sunlight and like strong sunlight, like in summer?
Yeah. But the thing is that in Uttarakhand, actually, we are not getting sun last 4 days. So that's for I'm sorry for that. Otherwise, I would have done in sunlight.
Sir, and like if we had used actual sunlight, like how would the readings have changed? Like would it have increased?
Yeah. Actually, in sunlight, the output power, like when I brought this solar cell, the output power was showing 6 volt. And when I was keeping under the sunlight, I was getting 5.9 or 6 volt, means full voltage I was getting. So means I'm using mobile mobile light, so it does not have that much intensity, that much we were getting from the sun. So when I was performing this experiment, that time I was getting 6 volt.
Yes, will a laser work?
Yeah.
Laser light.
Laser light, that because suppose if you use the laser light is highly directional. So the solar cell will expose very like little area. But suppose if you put in between something like some solar glasses or something like which have some nanostructure or microstructure which can scatter the light. So now light scattering that solar cell will expose, like active area will be more, that is being exposed by the light. So it will also like change the output power of solar cell. So that's why you can see that some scattering glass or something like some textured glass are being used for the protection of solar cell.
Okay. Can I ask, Samyak, do we have 2-3 minutes? Can I ask or some question to Sir, Dr. Arvind?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, Dr. Arvind, my question is, like when you said that put some scatterer in between the source and the solar thing. When you say scattered, we can put anything. We can take water, transparent water, we can put chalk dust. We can use that as that solution. Is that okay? Or we can just...
Yeah. Is that okay, ma'am? Actually, that we are doing it roughly that actually suppose actual experiment is like that. Suppose we are using intensity I, let us say 100% intensity we are using. After putting some glass, which is plain glass, which is not able to scatter the light, and 90% of light is passing through the glass, let us say, and it is a laser light. So it will expose very, that some small area of the solar cell. But now suppose if you are using a scattered glass, what they will do, now the transmittance is not specular, it is scatter. So, but the intensity should be 90%. That we are used in our privacy glass. You can see the privacy glass, we cannot see the image who is behind the glass, but the light same intensity is passing through the glass, 90% kind of thing. But because for the image formation we need highly specular, but for solar energy harness we need high transmittance but with some scattering factor. This will increase the active area of the solar glass. This is also responsible for increasing the pair production, that is electron hole pair. So in rough way, I wanted to show that you just perform this experiment, whether the scattering is helping or not. I'm designing this experiment. Presently, it is not ready, but once if I finish it, I will share that reading as well.
That also remind me, Gulfam sir, if you can write your mail ID in chat box, Dilseen ma'am. Children, I encourage you all to note down these two mail IDs. And if you want to perform experiments and teach cross campus, you are most welcome. So Gulfam sir and Dilseen ma'am and whoever, in this group, we have Ruchi Ratra ma'am also, we have Sakshi ma'am. So please write your mail ID. Any one of you, take this challenge. Go in lab, demand to your lab assistant, demand to your physics HOD. We want solar panel cell. We want this. Try these experiments. And if you feel like that any innovation you can bring to this experiment, you can add value. You can always write to Gulfam sir, Dilseen ma'am, Ruchi Ratra ma'am, Sakshi ma'am, Sudipto sir, whoever whose mail IDs are there. And please take session before 16th of that. Because the whole idea of showing this short, session is that you get engaged. That also reminds me, Dr. Arvind, that 5 years back, one of my students did investigated project on this, what you taught, shown today. So he went to Okhla industrial area, and there are 3 companies who invested a lot on solar panel cell, but are not getting desired output. So he did experiment on that, and a particular time when emission of gas used to come, the waste gas. So obviously, these are few ideas which are coming to me, and I am so blessed that Dr. Arvind has done this experiment, because this is very relevant to let us celebrate sun.
As a part of INS, I would also like to announce that those students who actually will make the videos and pass it on through the teachers to us will also be uploaded on YouTube channels as well as the IEBC websites, so that all the students get the required platforms, ma'am.
Too good. So students, now you have 2 platforms. So obviously you will take a cross-campus session. Look, suppose some Podar.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Samyak, actually, I need to leave because I came out from the college, so they are asking.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
No problem. So, children, now please note, now you have platforms. You can showcase your talent, the scientists, the teachers, the educators, maybe the child from Sanskriti or Poddar International or Vidyagyan or SNS, whatever ideas come to you, you just float in these mail ID and the short video of experiments or whatever comes to you, we will showcase it on IYNS website as well as cross campus website, science website Carios. Over to you, Gulfam sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I would like to start my vote of thanks with a very special line. Actually, these lines are not mine, and I took these from internet only, but I like the most. I hear and I forgot. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. So this is very relevant for today's and tomorrow's session, and for all of us, that is very, very important. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Indian Young Youth Nuclear Society and Simnadar Foundation, I would like to take the opportunity to extend my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Arvind for taking out the time from his busy schedule and for such an interesting and interactive session on scattering of light on the solar PVA. The session has helped all of us to a far great extent. This session helped us learn some of complex topic in a simpler way through experimentation. Thank you so much, sir, for making learning so much fun. My sincere gratitude to all the teachers and students from participating schools. Last but not the least, thanks to our dear audience for being such a nice and cooperative listeners. Tomorrow's session, I would like to say a few lines regarding tomorrow's session. Tomorrow's session will be very, very interesting because our hero, like Nicholas sir, he is coming. So he will be taking us to some learning by doing journey. So please be ready with the material. And myself also, I will be taking one very interesting demonstration, that is scattering of light. And you all must have seen the reddish color of the sun during evening and morning. So that we will do in our house only, without any atmosphere, without anything else, using A4 size paper and LED mobile LED torch. We will do that scattering experiment, and you will be amazed to see the different color of the light which is coming out from the mobile torch. So please be ready with this, with the experiments and experiment material, the required material. So happy learning, everyone. Thanks for patient hearing. Thank you.
We would also like to thank you, Samyak sir. Without
Yeah,
us,
sorry.
program would have been possible.
Actually, he's our family, no, that's why I always forgot.
I'm
So
always there, sir.
thank you for our our technical support and our lovely teacher and lovely friend, Mr. Samyak sir. So Samyak sir, thank you so much for being us and make this session successful. Thank you.
My
One
pleasure,
more
sir.
thing, thank you, Samyak. One more thing, Gulfam sir, the comparer were so good. These two girls,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Gulfam sir. We'll have a women scientist, let's say, parliament session. And we'll have all these young girls, take charge of this session. Maybe in month of January, we'll organize with cross campus. Why not? Let them do investigative project on women scientists, women in science. So thank you, Arshi and Rushika. What a brilliant, in short notice, you did the comparing. We are so blessed to have you kids. And please get engaged, please get involved in lots of science fun. Every apparatus which Dr. Arvind has shown is available in our lab, in Sanskriti lab, in Poddar International, in your lab. Just go and demand. We want to perform and perform. So over to you, Gulfam sir. May I request you all to join tomorrow's session, because Dr. Nicholas is another heartthrob young scientist of IYNS like Dr. Arvind, and it's going to be great Sunday. Thank you. And thanks to Dilseen ma'am. She is always all the time on WhatsApp and coordinating things. Thanks to Ruchiratra, Sakshi ma'am, Sudipto sir, everyone, Ranchita ma'am, who is deeply involved in all this session, and not last but not the least, my guest schools, Podar International and Sanskriti and all DAV, all schools which came. Thank you.
Thank you all for your attention. See you tomorrow in the next session of EBC 2021. Let's celebrate the sun. The details and the link for tomorrow's session is already shared with your respective institutions. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arshi. Thank you, Rishika. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.